Most people believe that walking more is the key to staying healthy after 70, but what if I told you that doctors are now warning against relying solely on walking? Walking is a fantastic way to remain active. Yet if it's the only exercise you do, you might be inadvertently accelerating the aging process rather than slowing it down. The truth is, as you get older, your body requires more than just walking to stay strong, maintain balance, and protect your joints. Overdependence on walking while neglecting other essential forms of movement can actually lead to muscle loss, joint strain, and even increase your risk of falls. That's why experts now advise that after 70, you should walk less and concentrate on these 5 key areas instead. They are the real secrets to preserving strength, boosting energy, and retaining independence well into your later years. In today's video, we're breaking down the 5 critical priorities you should focus on instead of simply walking. These straightforward changes can enhance your mobility, safeguard your bones, and even extend your lifespan. Stay with me until the very end because the final tip is something almost no one talks about, yet it plays a major role in your longevity. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. If you enjoy this video, please type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can work on bringing you even better content. Let's dive in. Strength training to preserve muscle mass. Walking is a great way to keep mobile, but if it's all you're doing, you might be setting yourself up for muscle loss. After 70, sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass, becomes one of the most significant threats to independence. The issue is that walking by itself doesn't do enough to build muscle. It mainly targets the lower body and doesn't provide the resistance your muscles require to remain strong. That's why doctors now stress that strength training should be a top priority after 70. It directly counters muscle loss, improves balance, and helps keep you strong enough to avoid injuries and falls. For instance, if you can still carry a heavy grocery bag without struggling, stand up from a chair without using your hands, or open a tight jar with ease, that's a good sign your muscles are functioning well. But if you've started noticing that these simple tasks are becoming more challenging, it's likely your muscles are gradually weakening, even if you haven't fully noticed it yet. The reality is, if you don't actively work to maintain your strength, your body will start to lose it. Take someone like Robert, 74, who walked every day, believing that was sufficient to stay healthy, until one day he found himself struggling to lift a box that used to feel light. He also realized that standing up from his couch was more difficult than before. Initially, he blamed it on aging, but his doctor explained that muscle loss wasn't just a natural process. It happened more rapidly when you don't challenge your muscles. So Robert began adding basic strength exercises into his routine, using light resistance bands, doing bodyweight squats, and simple dumbbell movements. Within a few months, he noticed a huge difference. He felt stronger, more stable, and had more energy throughout the day. Strength training doesn't necessarily mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing bodyweight exercises like squats or push-ups against a counter, or even lifting household objects. The key is progressive resistance, challenging your muscles just enough to keep them active and engaged. And the benefits go beyond mere strength. Studies have shown that maintaining muscle mass is directly linked to longer life expectancy, better mobility, and even improved brain health. If you want to check your current strength, try sitting in a chair and standing up without using your hands. If you can do that easily, that's a great sign. If you struggle, it might be time to focus on rebuilding your strength. The good news is, it's never too late. Strength training can reverse muscle loss, enhance balance, and keep you independent for years to come. So if you're someone who still relies solely on walking for exercise, consider this your wake-up call. Muscle is key to longevity. If you're still watching and find these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Balance and stability exercises to prevent falls. Walking keeps you moving, but it doesn't always improve your balance, and that's something many people only realize when it's too late. After 70, fall prevention becomes one of the most critical aspects of staying healthy and independent. Falls are one of the leading causes of serious injury in older adults, and many falls occur not because of weak legs, but because of poor balance. If you aren't actively training your balance, you might unknowingly be increasing your risk of stumbles, trips, and dangerous falls. You might think that since you've been walking your whole life, your balance must be fine, but balance isn't something that stays strong automatically. It gradually declines unless you work on it consistently. Walking doesn't challenge the small stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and core the way balance-specific exercises do. And if your balance weakens, even a small misstep can lead to a fall that might take months or even years to fully recover from. Think back to the last time you tried standing on one foot while putting on a sock or reaching for something on a high shelf. Did you feel steady, or did you need to grab onto something? Many people don't realize their balance is slipping until they experience a near fall that leaves them shaken and cautious. For example, consider Edward, 76. He was always active. But one day while stepping off a curb, his foot landed awkwardly, and he suddenly lost his balance. He managed to catch himself just in time, but that moment made him realize how vulnerable he had become. His doctor advised him to incorporate simple balance exercises like standing on one foot, shifting your weight side to side, and practicing controlled movements. Within weeks, Edward noticed that he felt stronger, steadier, and more confident in his movements. Balance exercises don't require a gym or special equipment. A simple routine like standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or performing slow, controlled weight shifts can dramatically improve your stability. Better balance not only helps prevent falls, but also leads to improved posture, stronger reflexes, and better overall coordination. If you want to test your balance, try standing near a counter for safety and lifting one foot off the ground for at least 10 seconds. If you struggle, it's a sign your balance needs work, and the sooner you start addressing it, the better. Flexibility and mobility exercises to keep joints healthy. Walking may keep your legs moving, but it doesn't do much for flexibility, a quality that becomes critically important after 70. Over time, your joints naturally stiffen, and your range of motion decreases. Movements that once felt effortless can start to feel restricted. For example, turning your head might feel tighter than before, or bending down to tie your shoe might no longer be as easy as it once was. These are signs that your flexibility is declining, and when your mobility diminishes, so does your independence. The problem is, many people don't realize how important flexibility is until they begin to lose it. Walking alone doesn't fully stretch your muscles or engage all the movement patterns your joints need to stay functional. That's why doctors now emphasize that after 70, you should dedicate time to flexibility and mobility exercises. This is what allows you to perform daily activities without discomfort or strain. Think about the last time you reached for something in the backseat of your car or tried putting on a jacket. Did it feel smooth, or did you notice stiffness? Many ignore these small changes, assuming they're just a normal part of aging. But the truth is that your muscles and connective tissues are gradually tightening, reducing flexibility little by little. Take Walter, 78. He was still walking daily, but over time, he noticed that getting out of bed felt stiffer, and when he reached for something on the floor, he had to bend his knees more than usual. His doctor explained that mobility loss wasn't merely about aging, it was about not using his joints to their full range of motion. Walter began incorporating gentle stretching, controlled movements, and joint exercises into his routine. Within weeks, he felt looser, more comfortable, and even noticed an improvement in his posture. Flexibility exercises don't have to mean sitting down and touching your toes for 10 seconds. Instead, dynamic stretches, controlled rotations, and gentle yoga-inspired movements can make a world of difference. Simple activities like neck rotations, shoulder rolls, knee-to-chest stretches, or ankle circles help keep your joints lubricated and pain-free. Better flexibility means fewer aches and pains, improved posture, and a lower risk of falls. If you want to test your flexibility, try standing up straight and slowly turning your head as far as you can to each side. If you feel tightness, that's a sign to start working on your flexibility now. Core and posture exercises to protect your spine. While walking keeps your legs in motion, it doesn't do much for your core strength or posture, two elements that become critical after 70. A strong core isn't just about having toned abs. It's about maintaining stability, preventing back pain, and ensuring that your spine remains properly aligned as you move. Without a strong core, you may begin experiencing lower back discomfort, balance issues, or even a tendency to hunch forward, all of which can increase your risk of falls and joint strain. Many people don't realize the importance of postural strength until they start feeling aches and pains they never had before. If you've noticed that you're slouching more, feeling stiffness in your lower back, or struggling to stand upright for extended periods, these might be signs that your core muscles aren't performing as they should. Walking alone doesn't fully engage the deep stabilizing muscles in your abdomen and lower back. That's why doctors emphasize that after 70, core and posture exercises should become a priority. Consider someone like Harold, 75. He was always active, but over the years he noticed his shoulders rounding forward and his lower back becoming strained. His doctor explained that poor posture was putting extra pressure on his spine and joints, leading to chronic stiffness and an increased risk of imbalance. Harold then began incorporating gentle core activation exercises into his routine, such as seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, and abdominal bracing. Within a few weeks, he experienced less back pain, improved posture, and even better breathing capacity. Core exercises don't require a gym or special equipment. Simple movements like standing tall against a wall, engaging your lower abs while sitting, or practicing slow, controlled rotations can activate the deep muscles that keep your spine aligned. The benefits of a strong core extend far beyond better posture. They translate into improved balance, reduced joint strain, and even enhanced digestion. To test your core strength, try standing against a wall with your back, head, shoulders, and hips touching the surface. If you can hold that position comfortably, that's a good sign. If not, it might be time to work on strengthening your core. Joint protection and low-impact movements to reduce strain. Walking is a great way to remain active, but if it's your only form of movement, it can start placing unnecessary strain on your joints, particularly after 70. As we age, our cartilage wears down, joint fluid decreases, and our body's ability to absorb shocks lessens. This can lead to stiff knees, aching hips, or discomfort in your feet, even if you've been active your whole life. The issue isn't always the walking itself. It's that walking alone doesn't provide the joint support your body needs. Many assume joint pain is simply a natural part of aging, but the reality is that stiffness and discomfort occur more rapidly when you're not actively protecting your joints. For example, consider Raymond, 77, who walked daily, believing that was enough for his health. Over time, however, his knees began to feel stiff and his lower back started to ache. His doctor explained that the repetitive impact of walking was taking its toll and that he needed to reduce this strain by incorporating low-impact movements into his routine. Raymond began adding gentle swimming, cycling, and flexibility-focused exercises, and within a few weeks, his pain decreased significantly without him having to give up movement altogether. Low-impact movements are designed to strengthen and protect your joints while minimizing stress. Activities such as water exercises, cycling, tai chi, or even simple chair-based stretches can increase blood flow to the joints, improve lubrication, and strengthen the surrounding muscles, all without putting excessive pressure on sensitive areas. The benefits extend beyond pain relief. Protecting your joints now ensures better mobility, less stiffness, and greater ease of movement in the future. To check how your joints are doing, try sitting in a chair and slowly standing up without using your hands. Notice whether your knees and hips move smoothly or if they feel stiff and painful. Any discomfort is a signal that your joints need more support. If you've been focusing only on walking, it's time to prioritize joint health by incorporating low-impact activities into your routine. As we wrap up this video, take a moment to reflect on these 5 priorities. If you've been relying solely on walking for exercise, you might not have realized how much your body requires more than just steps to remain strong, mobile, and pain-free after 70. Your focus should shift toward preserving muscle mass, improving balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, and reducing joint strain. These are the aspects that will truly keep you active and independent for years to come. Many assume that aging means slowing down, but the truth is, your body is still capable of improvement at any age. Whether you need to work on your strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small changes can lead to significant improvements in how you move, how you feel, and how long you maintain your independence. Your journey to a healthier, more fulfilling life starts with one step. Which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed changes in your strength, balance, or mobility? I'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment sharing one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to incorporate it into your life. Your feedback is incredibly important and motivates us to create even better content. If you enjoyed this video and found these insights valuable, please like, subscribe, and share your support to help us continue creating good content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.